We have practiced making 3D forms. Today we're going to stack some 3D forms. I have blocks, and draw the stack of blocks or 3D forms. So I'm going to start with these. I need about 5. I could do more, but I'm going to start with 5 for my first one to keep it straightforward. All right, so I've got 5 blocks. And put the others aside. And part of what I need to do is I need to look at how do the blocks relate to each other? How are they positioned compared to each other? I'm going to start with one that seems to me a little bit easier. I'm going to start with a very tall one. And that will help me figure out how tall to draw the other ones, because I'll compare it to the one I started with. So it's easiest if you don't sit facing straight on, because you want to show them 3D. So you're going to turn yourself so you're coming at an angle and you can see 2 sides of the block. And they have straight up and down lines. When I look, this is wider than this one, so I'm going to draw that. One's pretty skinny. Whoop, not quite that. Keep it pretty straight. Notice I don't do a lot of erasing yet. I can erase later, and I do kind of sketchy lines, and my eye can look. I can look here and I can say this bulges too far that way, this is too far this way, so I'll probably come back and draw one kind of in the middle. And what's there can be part of my shading later. Alright, so when I look at the bottom, this one is diagonal slightly that way, but this one goes back quite a bit, and that shows that it's a 3D form. I can leave that there for now. Now next to it I have these 2 blocks. This rectangle seems like it's forward of this one. So I will draw the rectangle, but I want it to sit forward. I'm going to look on the table. It's a little bit forward, so here's the rectangle. I can even kind of measure how big is that rectangle compared to here. It's about half, so I can go measure here. And it's about half, so I need to make it just a little bit bigger. Again, I don't worry about erasing things because they'll get combined later into shading. Now, I can see that this angle is going back about like that, and this, well, actually, it should be even steeper, I realize. So I'm going to make it steeper. I will erase, that eraser doesn't work. Erase that. Now I want this one, since it's next to it, and it's going back at the same angle, I'm going to make sure it's parallel to there. This one is going to be parallel to here, like railroad tracks. This one will also be parallel to there. I can see here it was too steep, so I just kept going till I liked how it looked. Those will be outside of my outline, so I will erase those. Now I have another block on top. It sits in a bit, and it's not quite as wide, so I'm going to draw that not as wide, but because it's facing the same direction, these are parallel. I could move the block, whoops, and that would make it more complicated. Then I would draw sort of a V line here. I want to keep it a little simpler, so I'm going to keep it there. And it's going to have the parallel line. It goes up and up and up. I'll do the one that goes across first to make sure it's parallel with here. Whoops, not quite straight. Now I have this line. This needs to be parallel. These are like railroad tracks. Look, all of them are parallel. And this one over here. And this is parallel to the paper, just like this and this. And that means when I come back here, I'm going to do the same thing. So what if I accidentally drew that really long? That looks kind of wonky. To help me, I could think, okay, this is parallel to here, to here, to here. I can move this up and draw my line. I don't even have to trace, but just use it as a guide. I want to go across here. And then I can erase that extra stuff that I don't need. At the top, I have the triangle. And it goes across like this. It's a rectangular prism. the angle I'm kind of looking from above, and I notice that this line and this line still parallel. This line and this line. This is parallel as well. And goes up here. And this one kind of goes, I'm trying to see which way it goes. It looks like it kind of goes sort of similar. Well, no, let's see. Actually, this one needs to be, let's just leave it like that because I'm kind of looking at the angle. Yeah, so if I kind of lean back just a little bit, I can't really see that. I only see if I'm from the top. So I'm gonna, so look at it, so I'm just looking at it from the side. Now, circles, when I look straight down, they look like a circle. But if I turn the circle to the side, it looks like an oval. And since I'm looking at it from the side, I'll draw the oval, and I'll draw the lines straight down. So it's sitting on this block, and make this oval curve match this oval curve. This is inside and I can't see it. Looks like I've got mine kind of off to the side of my paper, but that's a pretty good outline. And then this is inside this other block. I can erase it. I can kind of back here think about, this is extra, it's not part of this block. And back here I can kind of see the back of this block. I make sure it's parallel to this and to this and to this. So that's how I do the outline of a stack of forms.